So we welcome you now to the next module, which is going to be of examination of the swelling. I have with me Dr. Vivek Bindal, and we are going to demonstrate how to go about examining a patient of swelling. So what are the salient features, Dr. Vivek, when you examine a case of swelling?
Yeah, so whenever there is a swelling anywhere, you have to inspect the swelling well, you have to do a palpation, and in some swellings there are some special tests like transillumination or auscultation which you may end up doing. And the purpose of each of these steps is to identify the kind of swelling, the anatomical origin of the swelling, the kind of pathology we are dealing with, and to reach a differential diagnosis about the same. So here in this particular patient, you can see this swelling. This is the right lower limb of the patient, and you can see there is a swelling there. So we'll try to go over various points, and we start with the inspection of the swelling. So whenever we inspect a swelling, we look for the site of the swelling. This is on the medial aspect of the leg, and this is in the area of the shin below the knee. The size of the swelling is again important. So you typically take a measuring tape and you would measure the size of the swelling. Here this swelling is around 4 centimeter into 3 centimeter in size, and sometimes you have to keep your fingers like this and ask your assistant to measure so that you have an exact area in case of a globular swelling. Then you look at the surface and the skin over the swelling. So surface is something which you can assess on inspection and then confirm on palpation. So sometimes even on inspection you can see a swelling to be nodular or rough surface. The skin over the swelling is to be seen whether it is erythematous, it looks hot, it looks tender. Sometimes even on inspection you can see a red hot skin out there. Or is there any kind of skin change associated with the swelling, and then you also look at the surrounding area. If there is any change in the surrounding area which is kind of indicative of the cause of the swelling. So you go through all these inspectory findings, and then we move on to palpation. So Professor Gandhi, can you let us know?
So having confirmed the findings of inspection, that you talk about where is the site of the swelling, what is the size of the swelling. Typically you have to give landmarks. Sometimes some examiners would insist that it is about 3 centimeters below the right knee joint, or it is situated over the shin of the tibia, or it is medial to that, is in the upper 1/3 of the leg. So try to be very precise in your location, because this will always help the examiner to imagine what you are talking about. Having known the inspectory findings, the first way to start is that I have confirmed my findings of inspection, and on palpation, on the initial assessment, you will be asking the patient whether it is tender. So as I told you again, I will try to gently palpate this area. Kuch darad hai yahan pe? Yeah. So he's getting slight amount of pain. So the next thing is to tell the patient that I will try to be very gentle, and if at any point in time, if you experience any pain, please tell me so that I can try to be more comfort for you. So these are some words which will take your patient into confidence, and it is always required. So in this particular patient, we can see that there are no overlying skin changes which are seen in terms of erythema, or there is no tenderness there apart from that mild little discomfort which he is talking about. The next thing is what I will be looking is I will looking the surface of the swelling. So the surface of the swelling here is a little bit nodular in this particular patient. We also feel for the edge of the swelling as we go around, and you can see it's a diffuse edge. So you will have two kinds of swellings where there will be a sharp demarcation between the swelling and the normal area, while there will be different group of swellings where there will be a diffuse, the swelling will be diffusely merging into the surrounding areas. This particular patient, you can see that it is diffusely merging in that area. Consistency. So if you see the consistency here, it is almost stony hard. Okay. We know 3 types of consistency. One is the soft consistency, which we normally feel typically on the palm. The firm consistency is typically on the nasal cartilage. So that is what when you feel, you know that it is a firm consistency. And stony hard is what we feel it on the bone, or what we talk about hard consistency. So in this particular, it is almost more than hard, it is stony hard. So probably the origin of the swelling could be from the underlying bone. Since it is hard in consistency and it is diffuse, we cannot comment on the mobility, but otherwise for demonstration purpose, the way you'll be looking is you'll be looking in the different directions, vertically and even transversely to see whether the patient has got any mobility in the swelling. Another important point is to know about the plane of the swelling, which you mentioned in the initial findings.
Bony heart swelling, we would actually do not want to do a fluctuation in this particular swelling, so you have to be careful when to comment on fluctuation. But yes, if it is a firm swelling or if it is a soft swelling, then you would look for fluctuation. For small swellings, when you look for fluctuation, you basically put your index finger and thumb on either side of the swelling, and with the index finger of other hand you tend to press in the middle of the swelling and feel for any fluctuating fluid or any kind of thrill you get on these two thumb and the finger. And you do it in both the directions like this, and then you do it like this. So a swelling which is fluctuant means that there is a fluid inside which is fluctuating, and you're going to feel that fluid shifting from the middle to the sides of the swelling. And also, you can, in larger swellings, you can put two fingers on each side, and from one side you can press and other side you can feel for any shift of fluid. Okay. So that is what the fluctuant swelling is.
Once you have completed this part of the fluctuation or the local examination, there's also a test which is known as transillumination. Obviously in this patient it is stony heart, but if you want to demonstrate a transillumination, how would you go about that?
Yeah, so typically a transillumination is done in swellings like hydrocele,
yes,
or where you expect a fluid filled swelling to be there, and then you need this kind of a torch which should be a part of your armamentarium when you go to examine a patient. And you make the room dark, and on one side you put the torch like this, and then you look from the other side whether there is any kind of transillumination which will reflect that there is a clear fluid inside the swelling.
Absolutely.
If there is any kind of thick fluid which is not clear, it is not going to transilluminate.
So the whole principle of that particular test is to know whether there is any clear fluid or the patient has got any turbid fluid into that or no. Having done the examination of the swelling, again as we described, we should move outward. So we also talk about